Good morning, everyone. And it's been a fun morning already. Scott's got to watch me run around my computer trying to get my cameras to work. They worked yesterday.
Technology.
I mean, so how are you doing in Wisconsin?
Oh, it's not too bad. No snow. It's somewhat, you know, somewhat cozy.
It was 75 here yesterday.
Is
Nuts, because the week before it was freezing. I mean,
that's quite an extreme.
it is.
That can cause some, health issues as far as the extreme weather causing colds and whatnot.
It causes cold, but it also causes your body to just go nuts. Anyway, we do have a few questions from were posted on my channel, so we're going to go to those first. And this one's kind of truncated because it was a long question, but what she really wants to know is if the people named in the Epstein files here in the U.S. are going to be treated the same way as they're being treated in other countries like UK.
So, so the question is like, is our DOJ doing anything or just ignoring everything?
Yeah, I think she's saying I'm looking at it in the long term. Will these files get some of these people? That's how I'm reading it.
Okay. Yeah. Like well, we know Pam Bondi shut down the investigation was ongoing at SDN.
Yeah, she's testifying this week. And also in Minnesota, every attorney almost in the federal offices walked out. And so they brought over attorneys from other parts of the US government. And this one attorney appeared in court because it was her job to be there. And she broke down into tears. And the judge called her into chambers and she explained how absolutely hideous it is to work as a U.S. federal attorney in that office now. And that there are people sitting in jail that they don't even have the people to pump the paperwork through to get them out.
Yeah, they're overworked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm doing long term. Will the U.S. go after names that are in the Epstein file? That's what I'm asking. Would you get it, or what are you asking, Scott?
Yeah, I'm looking. So Pam Bondi is currently in charge.
Right.
I'm getting in the future when there's a male. When there's a male attorney general, they will use the resources and prosecute when the United States is back in order.
Well,
there's a lot of heavy burdens here
from
doing the right thing. I'm seeing whistleblowers continuing, ongoing. There will be a new path in the future with the page of coins, and we'll get to the pain and heartache of everything with the ace of coins. Bring it all in. So yeah, when there's a change at the head, it will be.
That's basically what I got. I got, first of all, the justice is not going forward right now, but people are preparing for when it comes in to make it work. There's so much heartache and pain in this, but justice comes in the future. Justice comes in the future, and we're able to bring people back together and kind of come to a common sense of morality. So I think you're not going to see it as fast as you're seeing the UK and Norway, but and we'll see what the UK does when it's not their dear brother. You know, the formerly known prince, formerly known as Andrew Mountbatten. But
thank you, Jeffrey.
So okay, that's the first question. Okay. Will a new source of honest journalism come up after the destruction of the Washington Post? First of all, baby, where did you get the idea the Washington Post was that virtuous? That place was a mess in many ways. But yeah, will there be other sources? Because
Well, the guy, I seen a report of the guy that was fired as the chief of staff or the head.
right.
He was replaced. He claims there was no bias when he was there. They did hard-hitting journalism, but
They had some that did, but they had,
a news source.
okay, let's see. First of all of journalism is going to change, but all of journalism, I worked in public broadcasting and I've worked around journalists and been around newspapers and stuff my whole life. And the problem is that it got too centralized. And the health that's going to come from my personal thought is when journalism gets less centralized, like what it's got going now. But it's got to there have to be some rules. I mean, if y'all want to know when there was bad journalism, go read in the times of Thomas Jefferson or Andrew Jackson when he was president. The way the papers wrote about people, it was unbelievable. I guess, what are you going to ask, Scott?
I just asked about news source.
Okay.
It feels like more independent people, like the Substack thing and whatnot. I don't see a new source, coming out. Like some guys are doing that, like that Zateo that came out. Who's that guy that was fired from MSNBC does that? But Mehdi Hassan, he created his own thing there. It's getting noticed, but as far as a news source, I don't really see it. But in my past here, it shows like the destruction of the Post. They just wants it pretty much destroyed with a tower, losing money, new contracts. In the current environment, the balancing of justice in way it's been is in an 8 of Swords moment. So, because everything right now is turning right wing, CBS, whatever, everything is just getting restricted to move forward in a positive moment. So that's why I think it's more like Substack stuff. Reporters turning that their own thing for right now. Everything seems to be in a moon environment behind the scenes, not a huge thing. So I think some of those fired journalists are going to try to do their own thing with, like Substack and whatnot.
But we have to go back to start at schools. Okay, first of all, this is the first card in this, and it's the world, and it means the way the news has been is completely at an end. Whatever we thought we had before does not exist anymore. And there's a lot of stuff flying around, but nothing's going to stick. The problem is there's got to be a way to make money out of it. I mean, you have to make a living when you're doing this stuff. You can't report honesty and starve on the streets. There will be people who will show up, and there will be new rules written so people have an honest understanding of each other. But it's not going to happen suddenly. So you're just going to have to rely on readers. Right? Looking forward to seeing you every Sunday.
Midas Touch is doing well, getting news out there, and
but they've gotten real clickbaity.
Yeah, I mean, but they're adding a lot of people too.
Oh, I know.
They got their own guy working Capitol Hill, Pablo guy, so he's getting clips and stuff from there. So that's quick news.
Okay, we got another question. Catherine T. Will John Ossoff win his re-election? That's a real simple question.
Yeah, if anyone's seen his clip at speaking, I think it was yesterday or Friday, it was good. He was holding no punches.
Nope.
Okay. John Ossoff, Georgia Senator. Starts off with the Empress. That's good news.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So the overall read is Empress and Four of Pentacles. So that shows abundance and staying where he's at, the Four of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of challenges here.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't feel like a sure thing, but I think he's going to pull it out in the end.
I do too.
But like I said, I got in the end some troubling things.
He's gonna have a bad October.
That could be because
They're building up a whole series of lies to come out about him in October.
Duration 1 hour 30 minutes. 972 calories.
Wait a minute.
That makes sense. I get the moon is the October card.
Mm-hmm.
In the end here. So there might be some chaos in the end.
But I see ultimately there's a transition, but I think when the way it comes is it's a coming of people coming to the same this is the right one. People coming to the same thoughts and minds. There's a transition because the emperor who's trying to stop him from winning is not going to win. That's what I got. One more.
I can't remember who was running against him.
Well, he doesn't have the football idiot.
Well, that would be good.
No, that would be the right thing to do. But can you read on how Shady Vance feels about being? Oh yeah, I've looked forward to answering this question. Let's see if he has any emotions or any emotional strength at all, or any sense of self.
Taste of his own medicine that Felon 45 gets at events.
It went right over his head. He heard it, but he didn't think it was for him. It went right over his head because he's a fool. That was my end card, was he's a fool. He doesn't care. I mean, the man has, if he cared, he'd have a moral compass at the center, and anybody who could have written the book he wrote and then be the running mate of Trump is not. That's a person whose morals are so flexible, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. I was sensing Usha took it harder.
Yeah.
Because I got the Empress next to. So he's in this delusion space. It's next to heavy burdens, but I get the Empress next to it, so I think it's a motherly figure that took it harder. He seems to be all in with the Emperor, being with the Five of Swords and Moon.
Mm-hmm.
More illusions. Strange here. We're talking about how he thought, but we got an energy of the Two of Coins, a lot of ups and downs, and then I get a Death and Eight of Swords. So that's new beginnings and being restricted. I did get the Fool 2 in the end. Five of Cups, pain, loss, and grief. The Fool, more new beginnings. Six of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. Sudden brave actions. Wow. It's showing an ending to him.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just previewing what's to come. But as far as him, I think he just ignores it too. But like I said, I was getting that Usha took it harder. Because JD's kind of soulless.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
But I think Usha totally doesn't like this environment. Tries to play the good wife when she can, but I think it's eating at her. I think JD doesn't know what's coming for him.
Well, JD's the only person in America that's probably praying harder than the average American for Trump to die.
So he can try to explain why he's such an evil person?
Yeah. Well, no, evil people can pray for people to die too. We truly spiritual should let the gods handle it, but they're not moving fast enough, Scott.
Right.
Okay.
When Caligula gets sick and passes away or whatever, he's going to have to explain his actions.
That's right.
Plus, no one likes him too.
Oh dear. Some of these questions I really am not following, so I'm going to just have to read them and try to figure them out. So I've marked a bunch of questions now. Thank you, Tro. Ask backwards. Okay, let me start. Okay. Is our Drake May shoulder healing real, or was he lying? Was his shoulder healed, or is he lying?
Who's Drake May?
I have no idea. If you don't know, we're totally lost. Let's see. We can say yes or no, and then you can let us know.
Drake May. Mr. Jeff finds interesting things.
Well, it's certainly not the normal question we get.
New England Patriots quarterback. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Is his shoulder fully? No, I think he's got like a bursitis.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's got issues.
Yes, it's healed, but it's a long-term illness for him. Whatever it is, it's something that's bothered him for a long time, but he's gotten good healing energy. He really feels on the outside with people right now. And he's going to go try and plant a good crop. Would he be playing today?
Yeah, he's the quarterback.
Okay. Well, I don't know who's playing, Scott. Anyway, this is going to going out and playing today is going to cause him long-term problems. Go on.
Yeah.
He's not healed. He's lying.
I get it. He feels good now. I think there's doctors that worked on him, like cortisone shots or whatever, because I got a doctor next to the 5 of coins health pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going to be okay this game, but I think you're right too. There's going to be burdens later. He might have some kind of surgery in the off season or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's going to feel okay.
Okay, good.
Today, but
I think he's setting himself up for a long-term problem.
I think you're right there. I've kind of dealt with that kind of thing too with my shoulder.
Well,
tried to play ball when it's hurting and think it's okay, and then do something awkward, and then the pain comes back.
You have pitcher's elbow. Is that what it is, or
no? I think I tore something in my shoulder. It feels great now, but if I try to throw a ball again, I'm sure it's going to be like,
screw you. Okay, France and Spain are going after Elon Musk. Will there be a negative outcome for him?
the result of Spain and France looking into X.
Mhm.
As far as I know, it's over the
It's the pornography part, isn't it?
the X creating, or his AI creating porn.
In Spain. Spain's going to come closer than France is, but for the French, it's something to put in front of the public to try and. Yeah, the only card I have of any kind is people who are offended by this have gathered together and they're building a fortress to try and deal with it. But the next card is an upside down Wheel of Fortune. It's going to get them nowhere. And in Spain, I get there was some sort of shadow agreement somewhere with someone to not have this be part of their public world, and they've been lied to, so they're pissed. But I don't think they're going to shut them down. I just like watching Elon sweat.
In the current situation, I'm getting the 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and 4 of Swords.
Whoa.
So, yeah, this is pretty rough on him right now. I think it's a good case. I get the Hierophant, governments, the Magician. I think that's people looking at it, and Empress doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, outcome, 6 of Cups. I think this is an ongoing issue with X. The Fool taking that next step. Hangman, that could be a long ongoing thing to try to hold an account. And then I get the 8 of Wands coming to a good judgment. So I was hoping I'd see some coins in there because I was sensing maybe just a fine.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the coins in this time.
All I get is swords.
I got a lot of swords. Yeah. On the bottom, I had the star, so that'll bring out revelations. But my senses were telling me a fine and not like anything, like imprisonment or anything like that.
Or shutting them down internationally. Okay. We're going to ask another Trump question here. Will Trump get a hold of the $10 billion from the IRS lawsuit? I already got a big no. Okay.
Okay.
I want to thank all the people who are here who have torn themselves away from the Olympics and the Super Bowl crap.
You mean you're not watching Kid Rock?
I'm not watching any of it.
Aw. It looks like here he's pressuring Pam Bondi.
Mm-hmm.
Some reason he thinks he deserves this money. But it's next to a 5 of Swords, so that's losses. Thinking he has the upper hand. So I think people on the inside are going to work on it, see if there's any way.
Yeah, it's not going to be a clear. There's not going to be a clear resolution soon.
No, 8 of Pentacles, but then I get the 8 of Cups walking away from it.
Yeah, I get it. It's a hard. Got the 10 of Wands. It's a hard lift to get to there, and I see him getting no money. No, Knight of Pentacles is not riding towards him. Okay. So next one. Oh, that's not the one that I wanted. There's the one I wanted. Okay. In the coming gubernatorial race in Nebraska, does does the Dem have a chance?
All right. State Senator Dem Lynn Walsh is challenging the current governor of Nebraska.
Governor Pillen? I guess.
Nebraska feels like it's been moving a little more Dem.
Well, it's going to have one congressional district that they claim is there's like, if you look at the numbers now, there's no hope it's going to be a Democratic congressperson. I guess there's 2 congresspeople in Nebraska. Well, she ends up with the Wheel of Fortune.
Nice.
But she's got some real stuff to overcome. She's not going to be able to say all the magic things to everybody that they want to hear, but she's going to remind them more of being at home and what Nebraska was like, whereas he does not.
Dang it. So I just threw a spread and just said, show me male or female cards who comes victorious. And I get a king.
Yeah.
In the end, I get a male winning. This guy feels like the devil. I get him next to the devil. Not a good dude for the state.
But guys, that is today. What we're reading is where the vibrations are today.
She does have good energy with Ace of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. Feels like a good message, but it's accompanied with a 9 of Swords. Frustrations.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, the outcome, I get a King of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
8 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and then Knight of Wands. So it could be a kind of a nasty kind of race with mudslinging and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the current feel. I hope I'm wrong, but current energy is that he still wins.
Will Billie Eilish face more harassment from the GOP and others for comments about ICE at the Grammys? Well,
these people.
Huh?
These people.
I mean,
all the outrage because people want to have empathy for people that are getting injured from this. Unbelievable.
And falsely imprisoned.
Billie Eilish. I think it feels like she stands on her feet.
Oh, they're not gonna screw with, I mean, my kids, well, some of my kids are the age that watch her and they're gonna go to her. No, she's gonna continue to face harassment, but look at the environment around her. She's got the 10 of Cups. It may cost her a little bit with some of the executive not wanting to take risks on her, but she's going to plant the seeds she wants to plant. She's her own power center, and she's going to deal, Knight of Cups, she's going to deal from her own emotional center. It's not going to affect her.
I have nothing bad in my toss for her.
No, there's nothing bad. These cards are like, fine, she's going to be fine.
You know, I get Chariot. I get Strength card. I get the 4 of Coins. I got the Angelic card next to her and her Prosperity. There's nothing bad in here. I get Victory for her.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Wands, positive energy and free spirit. I get zero worries
No kidding. Okay. NASA is letting Jeff Bezos' company use their intelligence to get to the moon, mine helium-3, which is the most valuable element known. Why is our government letting this man have all this?
Letting Jeff Bezos come here.
I'm going to ask if it's going to happen. I mean, will he get there? Because there's a lot more to this than.
Don't hear much about Bezos's space program.
I know. Apparently Laura does.
Use their intelligence to get to the moon.
I'm going to ask if he's going to be successful, Laura. I'm not going to ask why the government's doing it. They're doing it because the White House tells them to do it.
Deb posted, Republicans have turned against Tim Scott because he called out the racist post. Good.
Yeah, they'll just cut it. They just keep cutting off more and more of them. They need every single one of them, and they're isolating them. Laura, I think he's not going to get there.
I don't think so either.
He doesn't have the ability to get there. Doesn't have the strength. He doesn't have the scientists he needs to get there. It's not going to be completed with him, and he's got the 8 of Swords. He's going to finally figure that out and quit wasting money on it.
Yeah, it's a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, and 6 of Swords. There's a plan there, but I get the 5 of Wands in the end. So there's conflicts there, lack of energy to complete. I get a whistleblower or someone coming out saying something that it's not achievable. So I don't think they got the resources or intelligence to complete this.
No.
Thanks, Dwight. That's funny. Tim Scott, their token.
What?
No, we're talking about Tim Scott yet.
Okay. Well, we'll get down there, guys. I promise.
He's the token black guy in the conference.
Yeah. How will New York City handle ICE? Totally different city from Minneapolis. Yeah, I wouldn't. The people in Minneapolis are nice. I hate to tell the people in ICE what New Yorkers can be like.
I think Mandami did an executive order that the mask has to be off.
Yep.
Something like that.
They'll arrest them for being masked on the streets. And trust me, I used to be head of Crime Watch as a volunteer for Dallas, and I wrote Crime Watch manuals and stuff. I worked really closely with the police. And when this whole thing started, I just grieved for the officers. And I don't know many officers that are still out there because they all kind of retired. But I can't imagine how difficult this has made it for a regular police officer. I mean, ones that just want to do their job and get on with it, you
know. Sure feels like they're going to shut them down.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the 7 of coins and Tower as the energy. So that's just basically shutting it down with resources.
Mm-hmm.
Truth and clarity and shutting down the struggles with the 5 of coins. And then I go with the Death card my heartbreak card, and then Queen of Coins with resources. It feels like they're not going to take any nonsense there.
Mm-mm.
And then the end, I have the victory, the community,
Mm-hmm.
and the Empress. So it feels like New York's not going to stand for any of that
Nope.
chaos. More about family and acceptance
Mm-hmm.
with my Empress. So they're gonna. It feels like a different stance.
Right. They've gone into it with strength. They understand what's going to happen around this. There's strength. And they also have the wisdom to see how to handle it to begin with. They're going to have no one in that city helping them. It's going to get absolutely nowhere. It's a 10 of swords upside down. That's done, done, done. And they are not going to be able to ride in and do their enterprise there. So no, that's not going to work at all. You know? Nope. Okay. Okay, I'm going to answer this. This is a bunch of questions I didn't want to get into. Savannah Guthrie's plight, is it a psych op from the regime to put journalists on notice of this could happen to you? How do you want to read that, Scott? I'm going to ask if it's a
Nancy Guthrie is missing.
right.
Okay. How about the greater meaning of Nancy Guthrie missing? Is it a warning?
Okay,
How about
issue.
that?
Okay.
Is it a warning to journalists of Nancy Guthrie missing?
Okay. Good way. Okay. And don't ask any more questions about it, guys, because it's a question I've avoided talking to people about all weekend. So. Being a little old lady who doesn't like hearing about little old ladies getting snatched from their houses. Just saying. I get it's a family thing. It's not an outsider. Something that's very deeply hidden within the family. But I don't see that the government or any official people have anything to do with it.
Yeah, I don't see the government either.
I see an immature male person.
I get the Page of Swords, so here's some kind of scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Coins feels like money against the Queen of Wands. So if someone's scheming for money against the Queen of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
My outcome is the Page of Wands. So that's like some, speaking, some news. King of Wands, so there's a male behind it. And the Seven of Cups, delusional.
Yep.
So I don't think it has anything to do with our government or pressure against. It's someone requesting funds.
Yeah. That's what I got, was somebody trying to make money.
I don't think they're going to get their funds or whatever.
Nope.
So they get the Eight of Swords in the bottom, restricted from what they want.
But I think we're going to all know what happened at the end. It'll become clear.
Yeah, all things like that. Especially high profile. We'll know.
Okay. I don't know why I even marked that one. Okay. Okay. F-45 withholds money until Penn Station and Dulles Airport are named after him? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think this has to do with ICE too, wasn't it?
This is just a distraction.
guy's such a clown.
Do you even want to answer that one? I don't think so. I think that's just ridiculous. We can ask.
Yeah, what the heck? You got it up. Greater head will prevail.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the justice card with the funds and the truth happening with the 8 of Swords. Clarity. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So justice prevails. Same crap of pressure he's done before. The 6 of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to change thing with the Wheel of Fortune. And then my Duchess card, which is the Empress, is kind of like, it gives me the feeling of the clown just wants to continue his legacy, putting his name on crap. But I get it's not going to play out.
Okay. Because what I got is the Emperor's not going to get his way. It's just a useless pitch that's kind of a lie. He's going to have people put paperwork in the system to start to do this, but it's a foolish effort. It's never going to hold up. And then I said, this is the third time I've gotten the 8 of Swords today. Somebody is going to prison.
So yeah, if it continues, it'll be another lawsuit. He can't withhold money. It's been legally put out by Congress.
That's right. Will you be doing any more channeling from your truck? I can't answer that question because it's a Scott question.
It depends on the guides.
Okay.
If it comes in, yes. If not, no. I can't make it happen. It has to come through universe.
Mm-hmm. Will Trump come after the American people this year? How much worse could he be than last year? I mean, what do you want him to do?
He's been continuing, so that's a tough question. It's ongoing. Morning, Kathy.
Here's another Trump and infrastructure. Will F-45 tear down the Kennedy Center now that it's shut down? No, the reason they shut it down is no one would perform there.
Supposedly there's I read Congress had funds for renovations.
Well, then they can renovate it. They're not going to tear it down. It's not going to be like, trust me, after what's happened to the guys who tore off the East Wing, what's happening to them legally, nobody wants a contract like that from Trump again.
It does feel like renovations are going to happen. It feels like it's going to be done right though, because I got my patient's decision checking on things. Ace of Cups is a new facelift kind of thing, and the Page of Coins is taking a different path. So that's not ripping things up. That's more like a change. So I do feel some reservations going. Make things better, but it doesn't feel like a tear down, or it doesn't feel like a Trump gold nuts kind of thing. So I feel like the good people are going to make a effort to do what's supposed to be done with the money appropriated.
Right. Okay, let's see who else I got. Will there be subpoenas? I highlighted it and realized for what? There's always going to be subpoenas.
Well, I guess that context needs to be
Debbie,
where we were talking.
We need to have a little clarification on that one, please. Okay. Hillary Rodham Clinton said to pay attention to the questions the Democratic representatives ask Bondi because the answers are usually useless, but it's the questions that matter. So are we going to see that paid attention?
I guess the Republicans already have their talking points when she comes in.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to distract on their end and come up with BS about the greatness she has done since she's been AG. But yeah, the Democrats are going to stay focused. It's just like any other, inquiry when people come in. They got to stay focused, and they will, but everything's a distraction when all these people come in. Cash Patel, Bondi. Get over the noise.
Okay.
She's correct.
Okay, we got Ghislaine testifying tomorrow.
Boy, I heard she ain't coming, and she'll plead.
She's going to do the 5th, and so
she'll plead the 5th on everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah, well, you want to read on it if she's going to be there or not?
No.
Okay. Well, let me go find another question because I ran out of questions now. Those were the ones I highlighted when we first started.
No. Well, they're always coming in.
I know. I'm going back.
I see someone ask about the Maine senator race, Plattner or Mills.
Okay. What are the two names?
Graham Plattner or Janet Mills.
Okay.
For Maine senator. Mills is the current governor. Remember, she's like 77 or something.
Okay.
And Graham Plattner got all that backlash 6 months ago about his tattoos and what he said from 10 years ago or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he still got good polling. So, Graham Plattner for Janet Mills for Maine senator. But yeah, I guess Jeff would be right. Who's coming up against Susan Collins?
Well, they've got a unified party and the Dems don't, and that's always a problem, guys.
Well, that didn't turn out well because I was looking, show me who's gonna come up, and I don't get any people cards. I'll try with my other deck, see who comes up first. First card coming out. Tell me who. To me, it feels like Plattner, but I'm trying to confirm with the card. Knight. Well, Knight of Swords comes up. That's a military person. Another Knight. Oh, Jesus. Cards aren't being nice.
Go to the bottom of the deck.
That was an Ace of Cups. That's someone better. Let's see what the toss says. The only queen I get in here is earlier in the toss, meaning the queen will be tossed aside with the Four of Swords and the Fool. Outcome cards are 9 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the Hermit. Those are all bad cards. I get the feeling that's for Susan Collins. I'm still going with Plattner.
Okay. Yeah, let me quickly. I was still highlighting questions. We have lots of good questions. So we're going to have enough questions for the end of the day. And you don't have to post things twice, guys. If I don't get to it, it's because you were late in the chat. And if you post them twice, I might not read it at all. So don't ask about Dumbo's Riggs' posts anymore. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a lot of Is Jeffrey Really Alive? Okay. So let's see about Maine. I got Collins wins, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
So if they want a senile old governor, a senile old senator, Lord knows we have enough of them from Texas. So let me. Okay. Do we know additional conspiracy? Do we know additional co-conspirators included with the 10? 10 which? Do you know, Scott?
that's a little vague. I'm not sure
Okay.
where that's going.
You have to give us a little more detail than that. We're smart. We're not that smart.
A lot of the co-conspirators are hidden yet.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the ones named.
How will it go in Congress when they're questioning Bill and Hillary?
Yeah, it's still an ongoing fight because Bill and Hillary said we ain't coming unless it's open.
Oh, they said, well, we're putting cameras in the room with you, but we're just not broadcasting it. Well, what good does that do you? You know? Okay, I'm going to ask if Bill and Hillary will be questioned where we can see it.
They're setting the precedent, which is not good for Comer, because if they come in, a former president and whatnot, well, felon 45 come in too.
He has to live that long. I get yes that they're going to be questioned, and Hillary's going to look really, really good. But it's going to be a lot of stalemating in it. There's going to be a lot of unanswered parts to it. But I get the feeling, because they said they're not doing it unless it's in public. So
I get Bill comes in strong.
mm-hmm.
King of Wands with strength.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be in poor health.
He is not in good health. Ever since he had his open heart surgery, he's not been in good health.
But as far as him, he comes in strong with the strength. And then I get Four of Cups, the laziness card, Knight of Cups in the Sun. So that kind of strength and love is kind of hidden a little bit. If I didn't have that Four of Cups there, it would be very illuminating. So some things may not get talked about. I get the Moon on the bottom, so that's hidden secrets yet. Outcome, Queen of Cups. There's Hillary. Kind of disappointed with the Seven of Cups. And then kind of a disaster.
For who?
Because it's all with Hillary here with the Queen.
You see, I got Hillary comes off great. So we'll have to wait and see.
Because that feels like it doesn't feel explosive. It feels like, you come in and talk about things. It feels like it's referencing more of the testimony that they're hoping for.
Right.
They don't get what they want, Comer and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think she really has anything to say of importance,
No.
But I think Hillary or Bill comes out pretty strong, but there's still a lot of hidden factors that aren't revealed.
Will Dumbo's racist comments of Obama cause more Republicans to turn against him at all?
Publicly, no. Behind the scenes, they're
No,
disgusted.
yeah, just it's helping us no end with the independents. So don't worry about it.
Of course, Mike Johnson's like, I didn't see it. He just distracts from everything. He's not.
You wonder what he does all day. He must play a lot of games on a smartphone. How will the monks and the Aloka be received in D.C.?
I haven't really been following. Aren't they almost there or there?
Yeah, and it's cold, so I don't know.
The monks.
Okay.
Right, Sandra? That's Mike Johnson's repeated answer. I know nothing.
That's because he's off looking at porn. We already know he does that. Okay. I got that. It's going to be a signal. They're going to come in strong. People are going to realize that they're talking about the truth. But the main card in this one is the world. It's going to really shock people how well they're received, and there's not going to be any pain or any evil happen to them there. But it's also not going to be the tower moment some people would like to think it would be for the current administration. So I think they're going to be very well received. I don't think it's going to. Will the White House even notice? Who cares? I mean, trust me, they know what's going on out there.
Oh yeah, I don't think this administration is going to do anything.
No,
I get them next to the Eight of Swords. So the White House, Eight of Swords, holding their own narrative with the Four of Coins. I think they're going to change the narrative in the White House. The Ace of Coins, what the monks are doing, Page of Swords, and then evaluating the situation. So I think some young weird person's just gonna, maybe it's Caroline or whatever, but they're just gonna dismiss what's going on. But them as a whole, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Them as a whole is great. Their message will be received.
U.S. and Russia have agreed to start high-level military talks. What nefarious things are they up to? Well, who are they going to talk to? Another Russian general got shot in the streets.
Another one, instead of flying out of a window, he drowned in his first floor bathtub.
Aw.
So he lived in the first floor, so they drowned him instead of flew out a window.
Trust me, they all live on the first floor now if they're smart.
It's been believed.
If you know much about Russian history, when the generals start dying, it's the end of everything. Because
it's been going on for years.
I know, but I mean, really, these guys, I mean, they're down to the dregs of their generals. So
there was a leaked intel that the secret talks included bilateral investment with U.S. and Russia of $17 trillion over the years. And it wasn't included in Ukraine. So this is blowing up with Jared and Witkoff trying to do this negotiations. It's already been nefarious. But let's see how this plays out with negotiating to end. Let's see what the cards say about negotiations to end the war.
Okay. Well, this is one of the saddest readings I've done in a long time. It starts out with they don't get anything they want. They got the Eight of Cups all the way upside down. And then they got the Five of Cups. That's what they're looking at. They're just continuing to look at their losses. They keep planning and planning and planning and trying to get things going. But neither of them has the money or the juice to make it work. And what ultimately happens is another leader comes out of it because it's not either of those two. So what do you think?
The current negotiations are going to blow up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get the negotiations next to a tower.
Mm-hmm.
It only comes forward when our clowns currently doing it are gone. So I have the Hermit, Ace of Swords, and Moon in the end. So these secret dealings are just self-serving, what they're doing now. Nothing moves forward. I'm getting nothing moves forward until someone new and better comes in to negotiate. It's showing me it's a female that actually does the negotiations later on. So I don't think anything happens in this current environment with Witkoff and what's going on, because they're not. Ukraine's not involved in these current negotiations, so it's all self-serving and nonsense right now. So it's nefarious. I get the Page of Wands, so what's nefarious going on will be leaked.
Okay. Okay, we're going back to the starred ones. How responsible is Jeffrey Epstein for the political psyops that divided America throughout the development with misinformation campaigns with the likes of Steve Bannon that to traffic, and they've sown the seeds of discord? Well,
so I think Jeff's talking about in the files, talked about Epstein's connections to QAnon, 4chan, you know, the whole Pizzagate stuff, and also creating a bot network. So I think he's talking about, is it true that the PSYOP to use Russian bots and whatever to make people on the right basically go on the negative towards Democrats?
Okay.
You know, the whole QAnon conspiracy and whatnot. So, and it's in the files that he was part of it.
Okay. I'm going to say, is this statement true? That's more
Pretty much.
Wrap my little head around. Yes. And right in the middle of it, I got the magician, the person who was making it all happen. But they weren't as good as they thought they were because people kind of saw through it and figured. I mean, they've been able to track back where it came from. Doesn't mean that to minds that can't think beyond simple slogans, you can prove anything. But
he was also communicating with the guy that supposedly created Bitcoin. And that was kind of a PSYOP thing
Mhm.
too, to create a whole new secret currency. And Jesus, these I'm trying these supernatural cards on this, and they are kind of slippery. Okay. Yeah. Behind the shadows, he did.
Mhm.
So I use a supernatural deck. There's a 10 of swords. The hermit. The hermit is talking about looking in the shadows, behind the scenes. And then the 6 of swords. It worked in some ways. I got the current energy of temperance, 10 of cups, and queen of swords. Queen of swords looks like Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, I got the Queen of Swords right in the middle. Why did they let her live?
What's that?
Why did they let her live?
I know, right?
I mean, really, she's their weakest spot.
Wow. This King of Wands dude, look at this.
Ew.
He's working on like a typewriter or computer.
Mm.
And that's what it was all about. Crazy, these cards came up right. High Priestess doing things behind the scenes. And then that Ace of Swords. Yeah, I think that was very. So then in the end, I get the Lovers. So yeah, the actual cabal of pedos was actually them.
Mm.
7 of Cups, just straight create distraction and confusion.
Mm-hmm.
9 of Swords. Now they're all worried about getting caught. And the 7 of Pentacles, the connections with the powerful man. Here's the guy with politician types, boots, and business leaders.
And religious leaders, look at the cross behind his head.
And now they're all worried with that 9 of Swords.
Looks like a religious leader too, except
Like
it's
a pentacle or some kind of what do you call that? Religious symbol, yeah. Crazy how these cards came out. I need to grab that deck for a reason. These images can show the truth.
They're very good.
That one that with the guy behind the computer, that's telling. The evilness behind the computer to use social media against us.
Well, the Bidens get their presidential portraits, and I take it it's Biden's, not Bowden's, since there was never a Bowden president. So,
oh, instead of the auto pen picture,
I don't know.
That's what Felon 45 has up now.
Oh well.
Instead of a presidential picture, he has the auto pen picture.
Oh.
Yeah, eventually it'll be up.
Yeah,
there.
they'll eventually get it. Okay, high current comment. Will Latin American form a NATO-style alliance? Latin America has a NATO, not exactly like NATO, but they have something that, with a few tweaks, could become a NATO-like alliance.
Form a NATO alliance.
I don't think they're doing it like tomorrow. I think they're trying to keep their heads low.
I think they're just hoping not to get bombed by the United States.
Okay. Hide you. Okay. Oh, this one. Will the New Mexico ranch manager and his wife be found to testify on the Epstein allegations? They've disappeared completely.
The new owners?
The New Mexico ranch manager and his wife. It was a ranch called the Zorro Ranch, I think.
Right. I didn't know there was a manager there or whatever.
There was a manager and his wife, and they've been desperately looking for them, and they've
Oh.
completely disappeared.
I missed that one in the files or whatever. Okay.
There's only 3 million pages. I can't imagine how you skipped it.
I don't go through them. I let other people do it, and
I do too.
I just catch the.
Well, I don't even listen to that. I happened to see this thing because it was about how can people disappear completely.
Oh, so after 2019 or whatever, the managers boogied out, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. The managers. What happened? Oh, I just got a bad feeling.
Yeah.
That they're underground.
I think they're unalive, as Libby would say.
Yeah, as soon as I started feeling it, my heart started thinking.
That's what I keep feeling. But what I got was a yes that there will be some way they can testify. But they're trapped right now. Who's ever got them's got them. And they meet the Queen of Swords, Justice. And actually, 5 of my 6 were yeses. So I think they're going to find him some way.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I mean, no, I had the sense that they were dead. But then when I laid the cards,
I really think they're gone. I really feel horrible right now. My heart is sinking.
Okay.
I think Jelaine had them towered.
Oh dear.
I really feel it in my soul that they were tortured and killed. I really feel it.
I don't think they were tortured. I think they were just killed.
Something. I just get this horrid
Okay,
feeling.
we're going to get rid of that comment because we're not going to make you sick because I don't want to feel
it's all through my chest.
I don't want to feel it made you sick for the rest of the show. Okay, we got another Epps question. Is Robert Kraft in the Epps files? Who the hell's Robert Kraft?
The owner of the New England Patriots.
Oh.
Years ago, he was busted for going to a Florida Asian massage parlor for treats.
For treatment, undoubtedly. Like I go see my chiropractor every week?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Well, the owner of the Giants was in the files.
Oh, God, that's the first all cards yes I've gotten. It goes yes because he felt he was in a position of power, he could do it. It's some part of his life he tries to keep very hidden. He's planted the seeds of what's causing this. He appears to be temperate. He's very good about keeping it all hidden, but he's buried under a hard burden of the 10 of Wands. And those are all yeses. So the story is he thought he had it covered and he doesn't.
Yeah, I got the 10 of Wands too. I think so. Tower, 5 of Swords, Knight of Coins is in the files. I think there's references, yeah.
Okay. I'm back just in the questions. I'm not going to try to keep them isolated. Foreign governments are opening investigations into Epstein's trafficking, but they aren't censoring perpetrators' names. Will this expose Trump? What did I hear that his name's 36,000 times it's mentioned in the files they released?
Yeah, his name pops up.
Yeah, you want to compare that?
38,000 times, yeah.
Yeah, think of all the Harry Potter books your kids ever bought, or you ever bought if you were a kid when they're named. His name is mentioned more in the Epstein files than Harry's name is mentioned in the Harry Potter book.
Yes. Foreign governments. To me, it feels like they're focusing more on their citizens.
Yeah.
Their people in government than us or 45 and our people. I do feel like they'll get evidence. So let's see what the outcome.
Phoebe, come on.
Keir Starmer, I see Keir Starmer's chief of staff was fired for recommending
The guy that was
Mandelson as the ambassador. So Starmer fired his chief of staff or resigned, one of the two. Well, let's see. Justice will happen. Yes, we'll find evidence. A lot of conflicts.
Phoebe, come on.
Look at a tower, 5 of Swords, next to Democrats. Their wishes fulfilled. So there's some conflicts, prosecuting like 45 or whatever in the States. Yes, we will hear things. Page of Wands. My coins card of evidence. And then arguing, conflicts. But we will hear stuff, yes. But there's conflicts of prosecuting from here to there. But evidence will come out connecting people.
Okay. Okay. I think it'll work. I agree with you. I think that's going to work. Okay. How can people like Deepak Chopra and Bill Gates come out in public now that they've been named in the files?
Bill Gates. How can people like these two come out in public now? Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy to be a public person and continue what you're doing and not want to hide.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to teach people to have a incredibly moral soul and how to use their spiritual powers.
So like J.D. Vance he went silent after Felon 45 put out that Obama thing on social media and until he popped up at the Olympics. He was a little worried. So how can people like
Ooh, I got an interesting reading on this. Well, they're just hiding their head in the sand and acting like it didn't happen. And they're trying to avoid the downside of the Wheel of Fortune that this is for them. But the Wheel of Fortune was right next to the tower. They don't understand it yet, and they're being foolish. They think they can walk past it. But I see both of them, or all people caught like this, are going to have to move on to a new place, to a different profile.
Yeah, I see financial connections coming out with dealings from the past with him. Ace of Swords, truth coming. They're in that 5 of Swords feeling with struggles, the betrayals, a lot of conflicts in the files with that energy coming. The Knight of Wands. My outcome is strength. Evaluating the situation of what's coming out with the 9 of Coins. So it's more of evaluating of everything that's going on. This is not really telling me in the cards of what.
Now, I think a lot of them are going to have to move on to a different sort of public profile completely. That's what I think is going to happen. But
Yeah,
and see, Bill Gates wrote some BS article about it.
This does kind of show moving on, kind of like which road to take.
6 of Swords. I got the 6 of Swords really physically moving on.
Dangers ahead. How do we move forward? it's a similar card that I've created, but yeah,
Mhm.
there's just that lot of worry right now and how to move forward, how to take this challenge ahead.
Is the GOP manipulating the Dow for its own benefit? When has the GOP not manipulated the Dow for its own benefit?
Well, it's only the wealthy people playing with numbers.
I know it's the stock market is just legal gambling, guys. If you've studied business, you know that.
Yeah, I mean, the economy doesn't show what the stock market is doing.
No, Wall Street is not Main Street. The Wall Street is not where you and I live, where we have to go buy our stuff. I'm going to see if when you say the GOP, that means these people really, if the Democrats could get them what they wanted, they'd go over there too. So. God, I have not seen this card so much. This 10 of Wands, man, there are a lot of people heavily burdened. I see some of the changes that are going to come out of this are the Empress is going to come back. Some of the things they got rid of, some of the controls they got rid of, but they're feeling very imprisoned. Wall Street's feeling very imprisoned right now. It doesn't have a good way to speak about things. And it's being offered opportunities to change. It's not taking them. So it comes up to the burden. It's got a heavy burden. But are they manipulating it for their own goods? Yeah, but you can only do that so far if there's no base economy to build it on.
Right. Yeah, I got the devil associated with it.
Right.
Using it for their own purposes for money.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get in the future there will be changes, evaluating how to move forward. Because right now it's just a money grab to see what the best way to go forward. There could be some insider trading there with the moon kind of feeling, but there's going to be a collapse in the future, I think, with a tower next to the Wheel of Fortune change. So I think that 4 of Wands is the stock market, and then it comes up with a tower. So there's a collapse and a change of the current environment. So eventually they're going to dump their money where it's best, and it'll level out where it should be. Crypto's crashing. So
Right.
they're moving that crypto crap into in the stock market right now because they see where that's heading. So like, I don't know how it's done, but you can use computers or whatever to create a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So it's like a $20,000 loss to create 1 Bitcoin that way through the mining. So that's crashing.
Okay. And I've got, okay, start. How successful will the March 28th No King's March is going to be? Pick my regular deck, what I normally read with.
March.
28.
What happened with that?
Oh, wow. I got some good cards, Scott. What you got?
I'm getting there's going to be some revelations coming out in favor of the Queen of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen of Swords is Kamala here.
Okay.
So the Star, Kamala, and then a Tower. So
Mhm.
before that, I think there's going to be some revelations coming out. Like manipulations in the election or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get Chariot, King of Wands, and Wheel of Fortune. So that's people coming out. I think that's a good feel.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups, Ten of Wands. That feels like the United States is in a different environment.
It is.
It's more chaotic, burden of change. Lovers, Ten of Swords, Nine of Wands,
Mm-hmm.
and the community of Four of Wands. I get the feel it isn't as big or possibly even needed. Because I think we're going to be going through some different changes by then. Because this is what, 2 months away? Almost 6 weeks away?
6 weeks.
I don't know. There may not be a need, or there's going to be huge revelational changes by then. Because there's a Ten of Swords coming before that.
I start out with the lies are being uncovered. The Page of Swords, when he's, he runs around sticking his sword in everybody's bag of bullshit. Well, his job is done, and real revelations, new ideas are coming with the Page of Wands. And the U.S. is moving across a bridge of despair. It's moving on to its new place. That's like the people in the boat rowing away from the trouble and the turmoil. And I see people being happy. Whatever's going on is making people very, very happy because we're beginning to see we have our own power again.
Yeah. Very similar. I think there's a new power struggle coming before that.
Well, I think there's revelations and truth. And you got to remember, what was it on the 28th of January? Neptune went out of Pisces and into Aries. And Neptune likes being in Pisces because it's full of secrets and water and underworld and stuff. And now it's moving into Aries. And when it gets into Aries, and it's never going back, this is where it's going to be for like 12 years. And it's going to be 12 years of truth and identification and things not being able to be so conveniently hidden anymore.
And I guess this week, early, like Thomas Massey and Rocana and Garcia, they're heading to the Justice Department to look at the redactions.
Mm-hmm.
They're allowed to come, so they're going to expose these lies that are going on.
Okay. We're so close to the end. Do we want to end on the positive things of what's coming up on the 28th, or do we really want to look at this comment which says, let's name waste treatment plants after Trump? You're right, up, Mom. But the problem is that's something that creates something great and new out of dirty filth.
Yeah, diaper dump.
Diaper dump.
Treatment plant Trump.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So do we want to pull a card?
Sure, we can do it.
Laura in Austin. Yeah, we're going to have I think we're going to have a Democratic senator after the midterms. I hope we choose well. I think Tellerico says the right words. I have some real questions about people that are around him. That's my concern about him. But that's an argument for another day. All political parties you have to go read up on who you're interested in voting for, read up on them, find out where they've been, how they voted on things, and also look at the people around them and see who's working with them and for them, because I used to be close to these people, and some people you'd think, oh, that's really a cool person. And then you get next to them and you go, ew. So just saying.
First, I grabbed 2 cards from my ET deck.
Mhm.
So I get the Andromedan knowledge to manifest your destinies. And then I get your activate your nucleus, your cellular DNA.
Mhm.
That says to me that your knowledge, your spirit is all within you. Your cellular memory has the knowledge of your past, your soul's desires. You just have to activate it. And then I grew 3 more, but you can go first there.
Well, no, you can go because I still have to look my cards up. So you.
All right. I grabbed
Scott and I
those.
are really together today, guys. I mean, I just can't tell you. Although I did learn how to do something yesterday. I learned how to edit videos.
Okay. So I get the 5 of Gabrielle. That's all of the challenges that you need to change. That's the 5 of Wands. You know, patience within yourself, but there's challenges to be made. The Magician, you have it within you to manifest whatever you need. And the Queen of Ariel, which is the Queen of Wands or coins, that's nurturing yourself. So you can manifest, you can bring yourself to a greater reality because it's within you. You have the power. Queen of Ariel is about being generous, happy, you know, within yourself, your greater prosperities. So release those challenges because your success is within you. And I think both cards kind of go together well that I pulled from an AT deck and this.
Okay, so I pulled from a different deck that you haven't seen for a while. It's called Shamanic Crystals. They're very good. And I pulled 2 cards, and I pulled Rhodonite, which is from even our greatest sorrows become our most valuable allies. And the lesson from this is, may your life be filled with experiences that reveal the love and the wisdom that's grown in your heart by accepting the wounds of the past. And the second card I pulled is a stone I love, carnelian. Have fun singing and dancing and honoring your life. Welcome, dear soul, today. I invoke this moment to you. I am the spirit of the carnelian. The rhythms of life reside within me. I approach you like a dance, propelled by the beat of the drum, chasing butterflies. Everything beckons for you to release and free yourself from the rigidity that you've been living within. I encourage you to relinquish control. Your profound cosmic waters, your emotions, which are a source of strength, have been compressed. And if you wish, you can wear me during the day. I will help you be creative. Together we can make sure we dance. When you feel I need it, wash me underwater and expose me to the sunlight. We all hope that life will astonish you with your own beauty as you dance in the essence of life and joy. So I really think this is talking about what's going on around us right now. We're going from Rhodonite, where we're learning from all the past trials we've had, to carnelian, where we learn to dance with life. I think we may be finally learning our lessons, Scott, so we can get out of reading about the same miserable 3 people.
I hope so.
Oh God. So what else have you got going on? You're not having visions in your truck right now, so what are you doing?
No, I always think during the day, get information, try to use the guides and whatnot. But the inspiration to listen like that hasn't been around. So
Okay.
if it comes, it comes.
I am. I have Pro classes, yay! You too can do this for yourself, so you don't have to wake up early on a Sunday morning and come be with us. Well, when you get further west from here, it's early. But you can learn how to, or maybe you can follow along when you listen to readers or watch readers about what's going on. We have 6 weeks of training and then 4 weeks afterwards, and we're going to be using a lot of Jeffrey, who teaches with me, his shadow workbook. We'll give you the pages you need, and we hope you'll come join us and be part of the group. I think a lot of us are doing shadow work now. As much as we may have tried to avoid it, I think it's getting harder and harder to avoid. I think it's more in your face than it's ever been. So that's going on Monday morning, tomorrow. I have a live show with a woman, and this is one I think I announced her last week, but she's this week. I was a week off. She runs a shamanic center called The Last Mask in the Northwest, and she and I are going to be having a psychic profiles. And then Tuesday, I'm going to be having open readings, I think at 1:00. And if not, I'm probably going to have an astrologer on with me. There's some really strange astrology happening around us right now, guys. So, and if you appreciate and love what we do, buy me a cup of coffee. You can go to that Buy Me a Cup of Coffee site and you can contribute to me, and it takes it out of the hands of YouTube, which I would appreciate at this point. And so if you like what Scott and I do, buy us a cup of coffee.
Yeah, YouTube's playing evil.
Yes, they are.
They took me off the payroll, so.
Yes. So buy me a cup of coffee is a great way to do it. If you send it in, I'm splitting my coffee with Scott, because he's the one who got me up on Sunday mornings drinking coffee.
Uh-oh.
And everybody, you have a lovely day. And I thank all the questioners, and thank you all for being here, and thank you for being loyal. Bye.